breakfast, but nonetheless, it is time to begin our session. Without further ado, who is willing to make us a recap about what happened last time before we proceed to, well, the rumors say Underdark. Let's see how that will pan out.
Let's see. Apparently, there is a cult going around called the Blood of the Worthy. They're a racist cult that doesn't like half bloods, like half elves or tieflings. Um, we went around trying to find out about ways to protect Juniper from the effects of a hag. Shar knew a few dream wizards, but none that actually knew the dream spell. The group went and fought the second round of the tournament, where Nina got her ass handed to her. Um, Bob the Gith decided to join us in the even though he didn't understand what was going on, and and this guy can go stuff himself. uh, Ogvar and oh yeah, he offered us training in and against other planes to help with the slot attacks. All the group except for Shar decided that that was a good thing to do, and Shar decided that was a good thing to do, but it was something that she could not do because of various and sundry reasons. Ogvar and Juniper went out under the romantic light of the blood red moon, where they got the shit scared out of them by Ogvar's ex girlfriend. Apparently, the tribe is tearing itself apart and trying to kill something that came out of the Underdark just by drowning it in their blood. You know, eventually maybe it'll get sad enough if it kills enough of us that it'll go away. Uh, that we're leaving the next day. Uh, she's a cleric, but not a high enough level to get the Greater Restoration spell. I have in my notes specifically, she utterly terrifies Juniper, and we all decided in RP to help out with what's going on. Oh yeah, and Akbar and Juniper are getting married.
These all are correct. Uh, Actually, without saying this kind of blackmail, Juniper kills her if you do not help them. So that's how it's gonna go,
Yeah,
apparently.
it's
In
always the
fact,
best way to go about things.
It's gonna be a great friendship. I can feel it.
but nonetheless, all this is true, and it is the night before we go. But by night, I do not mean early night like it was when you were in the tavern or making some preparations, and it was getting really rough for Juniper, who was having a nightmare under the haunting effects of what is called to be her mother, or the mother. You can call it either ways. And you saw the effects of protection, evil and good take hold and help her get rid of the evil thoughts. That was actually a very optimistic thing to happen, changing her face. But nonetheless, you did not get enough sleep. You feel kind of dizzy from all these incidents. That goes for both Ogvar and Juniper. A little bit for the rest of you because you were late at the tavern and you're waking up at dawn. But that way or another, like to sign up once more to the city of Iron Hand. And with that, you will start to embark for your journey. Now, since you are going on a journey indeed on the Underdark, I'm gonna ask you, or perhaps give you some of them, if you want any specific resources to buy, anything from adventuring gear to anything else.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna need to stock up for this, right? I think
Probably, yeah.
do people think that we'll be okay with what we have? to go into
Wait,
the to go for a
Juniper
little.
asked Akbar, and he was like, "It's cool, we're good."
Oh,
I mean, China's not taking anything. Well, what could we want? I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know anything
food
about
would be a good start, right? I think. No, no.
We have
People.
like
Underdark is indeed one of
100
those
rations.
locations that survival matters, so indeed I would ask you to track your rations and water skins for this arc of the campaign.
Okay. All right. So.
Well, you do have a druid with you, a legendary dishwasher, so perhaps that might not be even a problem, but let's see.
I mean, we have a druid with us for now.
True.
We don't, we can't really burden, Juniper with surviving, really, can we? That's kind of up to her.
She's barely doing it herself.
Yeah,
Right?
she's very barely holding on.
The meeting you have with Kaena will be in the southern outskirts, right? I believe 1 mile outside of Iron Heaven to the south, where C is supposed to be finding you and to guide you towards the lower parts of the Underdark. So, as the light dawns, you do have a little bit of time with some of the shopkeepers open to make any last time purchases for the seat.
Do any of you guys know what the Underdark is? I know it's like underground and it's pretty dark, and the Drow live there, and it's super hot, terrible. But do any of you know? Do we need to wear masks or anything? Is it poisonous?
Akbar,
Do I
do
know
you
if
know?
the Underdark is poisonous? Do I know that? If it's poisonous?
Well, there are a lot of fungi in the Underdark that are poisonous, a lot of spiders that also have venomous aspects to them. Um, Perhaps on an average scale more than the Terran world, but not to an extreme, but definitely more than the average. Perhaps an antitoxin would be a good purchase, and Sarok can also create antitoxins, I believe.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, they're actually helpful against poisonous creatures.
I believe that they just give advantage. They don't actually do anything else.
Yes, you gain advantage against specific throws against poison, and I believe that is helpful. I mean, it does not grant resistance, but
Yeah.
it's still nice.
Well, I kind of, I like eating mushrooms and stuff once they have a little bit of, a lot of butter and some spices and oil and stuff, but I don't think I could live off just dank cave mushrooms. No offense, Juniper. Do you guys think we should buy food or something?
I definitely think so, because I'm stressing out and I'd like to stress.
Well, that's great. We could totally get some stress eating food. We could. Are we taking your goats, Shar?
I don't have any guts.
Oh, if we bring those, that's free food right there.
Aye, and you
yes,
bring
Juniper, we
Aye,
could eat the
and
goats.
I don't have any guts.
You have those things that carry stuff.
Char's just looking at you.
They have 4 legs, not the horses, the other ones. Anyway, are you bringing those, Shar?
I don't have guts, so no.
Okay, well, okay, be like that. We'll take. What do you guys think? Do you think we could get enough food on the goat things if we take
I
them?
think so. Maybe we could hit the books before we leave too, see if we can find any information on this Underdark place.
It sounds really boring, Juniper, but sure, if you want.
Personally, I think that we should bring some potions that for some anti poison and some stuff to just heal us. You know, I'm afraid for things that we might not encounter. You know, Juniper can always heal us in case we get a small cut, but anything more serious than that, I'm concerned. I don't know what we're stepping into.
Okay, great. You can get those potions, Brandon. I still have my gem thing from Crystal Mirror, so here, have it. You can take it and like buy potions with it, and like Nina will like pass a 250 gold piece gem from the Crystal Mirror hall to Brandon. Me and Juniper can go and buy food. Like, what kind of food would people like?
Stuff that
Just
will keep.
Cake?
I don't think cake will keep.
it certainly. No, I'm pretty sure Ogbar is right, but you know what will? Eggs will keep, and
Cheese.
and
They will?
they will. They'll last a little while. You can just eggs will live like 2 weeks. So we can get. I'll get some cooking stuff and
Just-
rations. Do people like rations?
I love rations. It's my favorite
Okay,
food.
great. Then we'll go get a bunch of rations and a bunch of cooking supplies.
Locke, you've been kind of quiet. What do you think?
In case you're talking local, we cannot hear you. Don't know if it's your mic. Okay, perhaps he will be right back in some time.
We can figure out what Vlad wants after we've bought everything else, I guess. Ogvar, do you have any boring brain suggestions?
No, I think Juniper hit the nail around the head. We should check out the library. You know, see what we can learn a bit.
Let us see. Sorry, Brennan, what do you mean by basic threat?
So, like general like healing and anti-poison and like a general like
I would always be. I believe it's always good to have at least one on you. That's the basic very least, so that you can help people, and especially if they're unconscious. But up from that, that depends on how cautious or over prepared perhaps your character would be. Hey Vlad, can you hear us now? We were not able to hear you before.
Hello.
Yay!
Oh, right.
Hmm.
So in regards to potions, the normal healing potions have a cost of 50 gold pieces, and they cost for 2d4 plus 2. I'm writing it down. Greater ones cost double the amount and heal double the amount. And you can even find superior ones. So they are not that much cost efficient. They are a lot efficient during the combat because of action economy. Superior ones cost 500 pieces. That's what you can buy. Right, well.
Oh, and then Brandon's gonna look before to whoever's left before everybody split off and says, how does anybody feel about coffee?
It's alright.
Coffee's great, especially when you put a little special something in it. Can really wake you up of a morning or a afternoon or an evening.
I was thinking about trying to find some coffee for us and make sure that we're all ready to go.
Sure, please do that. It'd be great. I don't think they'll have that underground, right? It grows out in fields. No. So maybe you could, maybe you could use it to to barter with whatever horrible thing is threatening our orc reds. I'm sure it would, you know, they would take coffee instead of a war.
They?
And having said that, you will begin to embark on your journey. Feel free in the meantime, because for the first hour or something we will be traveling. We'll have some RP going, some interesting stuff. It's okay to buy, if you remember, something that you needed for this time, for the time being at the very least. So feel free to message me if you want anything else more to buy in the meantime.
I have
Um,
a question. Oh, sorry. No, I'll
and
just
then I
whisper.
say,
Go ahead. I'm just gonna whisper to him.
I was just gonna ask, Will, if it would be okay to put a sack weighing 71 pounds on one of the mules.
I should start charging you rent on that.
It has 42 trail rations. Oh wait, no, that's much more actually.
I'll get
Um,
you a ticket.
One second, I've miscalculated. Can he carry an extra like 71 pounds of gear?
Oh, 71? I thought you said 17.
No, 71. It's got
Very
it,
ambitious.
and that figure's. I realized I said that each individual trail ration weighs 42 and put two of them rather than the other way around. How much do trail rations weigh?
2 pounds.
2 pounds. Ew, okay,
So it'd
this
be
figure's-
71 plus
this-
42. 113.
Give me a second, because it's got other stuff on, which was the problem. So 42. So it would be 84. Okay, I'll tell you how much it weighs in a second. Let me just do some maths based on my character sheet.
Over in regards to the ogre arrows, it's not about the price that is that might be kept, but the ogres does take some time to create, so you will not be able to have a lot of them.
Dang it.
But give me one moment. I can give you a total of 20 ogre arrows
Oh,
for the price of
take
10
them.
gold pieces. That's the total you can have, because it's a special order. You can't create a lot of them at the same time.
20. Can I have that to 10?
Hmm?
And sorry, how much did you say that was?
10 gold
10 gold.
pieces for a pack of 20 ogre arrows.
Oh, so I probably can't have it then?
And they weigh 10 pounds. And not each one of them, 20 of them together.
So can I have the weight? Or can I? No, I'm just gonna buy. I'm gonna complicate this so much. I'm just buying 10 or 20, whatever.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, the sack that Nina wants to put on the mule weighs 109 pounds.
Perfectly
Wow.
acceptable.
Good, great. It's got 42 trail rations in for us, just in case. And no water, actually, now that I think about it.
And you
Someone
said
else can-
it's 20 pounds, right? Sorry.
Mhm. Each one
Okay.
weighs half a pound. In total, 20 of them will weigh 10 pounds.
Okay. So let me adjust the weight on that. Thank you. I think that's all. Oh.
Alright. So, the 6 of you, along with, of course, with Croak, Key, Lupa, and the 2 mules, Frederick and Marianne, will embark on your journey, going to the southern part of Ironhaven, a bit away from the city, the capital that is Hannery, and we will start moving on the below of the outskirts of Hannery. It's no longer snowing. It is kind of cold, very cold actually soon, but not in a winter way that Nina is accustomed to in the northern parts of this area. And as you will continue watching, and you're not very much used to waking up that early, but you know, you're adventurers. You've done worse. So you will start moving below, and you will, after traveling around 1 mile, you will wait closer to a tree. In the distance, you will see the figure of that tall, frightening in some regards, orc. Most of you have not met her before, but you did hear a lot from Juniper and Olgvar in the past, but definitely Juniper did say some stuff about her the previous night. You will see this orc. I will just swiftly make a read of your description. It looks exactly as you can see her in the picture. She has this dark red hair and a bit lighter eyes, some tribal drawings on her face, along with a lot of trinkets, tattoos, and some other teeth grinding as decorations around her. Though she does not wear any sorts of armor, she does seem the fighter sorts of type. She seems to be bulky, muscular, and she only has some worn clothes and some leather utensils and an amulet that has a cave bear engraved into it on her neck. And she, after watching silently, will just look at each one of you, scanning you from top to bottom, kind of understand you and see your potential.
BG, before Kana ever even gets to the group, can Brandon just climb the top of the tree? Just to see, have a
Just
good
to hide.
view. Just to have a good view of the area.
Yes, yes, of course, and assume like you are the first to see her approaching in the distance as she's coming. But this is just a grassland, nothing in particular there. There are some hills and mountains around, and a forest beginning towards the western parts of it. But yeah, you get a solid view of what is around.
And Brandon's just gonna stay up in the tree until Kana arrives. And
He's just
Yes, so-
hiding in the tree.
And he says, he'll look down to Ogvar and he says, it looks like we got someone coming our way. And
Okay. Well, we're meeting Diana today, so she said she'd find us, so I think it's her.
then my guess is it's her.
And as she approaches, without without looking at the rest, she will just look at Ogvar and say, "Morning, Ogvar." And she will
Morning.
just nod towards the rest.
Whoa, this is the Kayana that Ogvar's been talking about? Nina's gonna be like whispering, yell whispering to everyone but Ogvar.
Hey,
Yep.
I kind of forgot something. I probably should have told you this yesterday. Since I last saw you, I can kind of do shit with my head.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's called thinking, Olgua. I thought you'd have known this, but I'm sorry, I don't actually say that.
I always knew you could do stuff with your head.
No, I can like hit things harder. I can move things. I just wanted to tell you so that you know, it's not like a thing.
Are you sick?
In a lot of senses, but not in the way you're thinking. I don't think.
Then that's good. So, for the rest of you, we'll have a lot more time to talk about yourselves on your journey, but some swift introductions seem appropriate. So, my name is, as you know, Elna. I come from the same tribe as Ogvar did, and we've trained in a lot of similar ways, yet a lot of different ones. You see, orcs like me, females, are not allowed to carry weapons, so we'll take her fingers out so you can see her really long nails. Well, you are also like claws right now. So we train in other aspects, protect ourselves and our brethren from enemies. And so we'll put it closer to her chest, her arm that is. Okay. I appreciate you helping us with our tribe.
Really, the pleasure is totally all ours, your mighty Kayanus. You have such a beautiful eyes. I love their color.
Thank you. I stained them with the blood of 1,000 enemies.
Yeah.
So do you have names to call you by?
Hi, hello
No.
there. My
No,
name.
I'm just kidding. We totally do. Of course we have names. My name's Nina, and like I just said, you have beautiful eyes, and I am honestly the strongest person here by like a mile. You know how Ogvar is pretty tough? He's like a little worm compared to me. I might not look it, but I am. I really truly am.
Give me a deception or a performance. Or a persuasion if you believe it.
And Nina believes it.
Yes, that is fair.
18.
Everyone believes it.
Oh my god.
Outclassed.
Never mind.
23.
So yeah, Kaina will look at you and say, interesting. And she will immediately look to the next one.
Which is.
Let's say Brian.
So Brandon's he's gonna jump down from the top of the tree where Lupa has just been kind of like sitting by the trunk, and he'll walk up and says, "Greetings, pleasure to meet you. My name is Brandon," and he'll point down to Lupa and says, "And this is Lupa. It's a pleasure to help you."
And as she looks at Brennan, she will look at Ogvar. Then at Brennan. Then at Juniper. Then at Brennan Ziars. Then at Juniper again.
So
Ogvar.
Brian?
Have you not considered? It's kind of nods towards Brennan, points
Oh,
at carriers.
You know, I've really considered it. I really hashed it out, and I think that he's a bit more useful with his ears.
Just a bit. Just a little.
Brandon will kind of like look back at Ogvar and be like, and be better with my what?
I think he just said better with your ears.
Superstition.
He might indeed be more useful with them. Interesting thinking process.
And then
Yeah.
Brandon will look back at Kana and then be back and forth between Kana and Ogvar and says, "Am I missing something here?"
And kind of will interrupt this with talking to Bran and say, Elf, I know our races have not been in good terms for millennia. But this time, let's put that aside for a little while.
Alright. And Brandon will have like kind of like one eyebrow like raised and just be like, "Alright, whatever you wish." And then
Go ahead.
he'll turn back and
I don't
To the
think
rest
she
of
was asking Brayden.
That's Brandon, by the way. That's like what likes to be called.
attack the wolf.
I said my name.
Oh, you see, my bad.
The wolf seems strong.